Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. So, today's topic is going to be how to build better habits, how to create better habits, and how do habits help in your manifestation journey. If you have my self-concept course, you know that I really talk about habits in detail there. And for those of you who want to go for it, I am going to be increasing the prices because I'm adding some new things in it starting December first week. The date is not final yet. So the people who purchase it before that, they will get the additional content with it. But the people who purchase it after that, the prices will be slightly increased. So like I was saying, I have talked deeply about how habits help in our day-to-day life, but I thought that I would explain it here with you guys on YouTube also. So what happens and how do habits work is that we as humans are creatures of gratification, which means once we start doing something on a regular basis, we feel in control, we feel in order, we feel like we have control over our lives, we feel like we are doing something, we are achieving something because we are doing what we say we would do. And again, this is a very short version of what I explained there, but in very short, because it's a YouTube video, I have to explain it explain it in a concise manner. When we build better habits and we do that over a consistent period of time, three things happen. The first thing that happens is we feel in control. We feel like we are doing something. We feel like we are achieving something. The second thing that happens is that at the end of the day, we feel accomplished. We feel like we accomplished something because we said something, that we said we would do something and we actually did it. And the third thing that happens is that slowly, in a way that we might not even realize, we build our life up in every area. So once I develop a habit and I do it consistently, it is bound to show me results. It's not possible that I build a new habit and it doesn't show me results. That's why building habits is a very helpful thing, especially while manifesting, because there are a lot of things in the manifestation journey that will feel out of your control, which means the how is not in your control, the when is not in your control, and that can cause anxiety and that can cause feeling of helplessness in people. So when you have control over yourself, when you have control over your habits, and when you have control over your routines and schedules, it becomes very helpful because you feel like you're in control of what you are doing. At least you are fully controlling the controllables. Now, one thing I would like to say is that there are a lot of people who come to me who say that we don't like schedules, we don't like routines. You might not, but you still have a routine. Even if your routine consists of not the exact things that you want to be doing, you still have a routine. You still do some things on a daily basis. Let's say you brush your teeth on a daily basis. Let's say you take a shower on a daily basis. Let's say you eat breakfast on a daily basis. So these things still come under a form of a routine. What I am talking about is not a routine that has to be so fixed that every second of your day should be fixed. What I am talking about is a routine where there are certain goals and certain things that you do every day, which eventually over a period of time, even if it's delayed gratification, it comes to you in a very helpful manner. For people who say that we don't like a routine, okay, don't fix a set big routine for yourself. Just go for something that you find accessible. And a lot of times not wanting to do a routine is also a form of resistance, because somewhere our mind knows and our body knows that if we actually follow through on this routine, we will get the success that we want. But success comes with a heavy burden. Until and unless our identity supports that success, it's not going to stay. So that's why sometimes we skip the routine as a form of self-sabotage. I will explain that in the first point. That is, the first thing you should do before you start a routine is find out things that you can do for a long period of time. Find out smaller and sustainable things when you start. So the first, and this is the first thing to build a habit, because this is where a lot of people fail. Now, I'm not saying you cannot instantly have a big change in your life, but a lot of time that big change comes from a form of self-sabotage, because somewhere you know that you won't be able to do it. So let's say you wake up at 8 a.m. every morning and you would like to wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. If you instantly go from 8 a.m. to 6 a.m., or some people even go to 5:30 a.m., it probably wouldn't instantly work out. And even you setting that is a part of sabotage, because somewhere you know in your mind that it is not going to work out. Instead, find a smaller way which you know that is conceivable and achievable for your mind and you would be able to do consistently. So a better way to go about it would be to wake up at 7:30 and then from there go to 7 and then from there go to 6:30, which will result in an eventual growth in you and an eventual target that you will achieve. Now, this is something that we all do in many areas. Let's say working out, let's say studying, let's say, meditating. Many things that we start, and we start it already so high that our mind knows that we will not be able to achieve it. And because our mind knows that we will not be able to achieve it, it doesn't consider it a natural threat. That's why when we start it, we fail and we get back to the same pattern again. So the first thing should be to ask yourself, the routine I'm starting, would I be able to do it even on the most busiest day? Would I be able to do this thing even when I'm tired? So let's say you want to start meditating, but you want to start meditating 20 minutes a day. Start with 2 minutes a day or 3 minutes a day. Something that you know that you would be able to do every day without fail, even if you have a bad day, even if you are busy. Even on your busiest day, you would be able to find time for it. The second thing is, have a very strong why. So have a very strong why you are doing something. I'm going to give you a very bizarre example, and this comes for people who also ask me a lot that how do I stop chasing? Why do I keep chasing? How can I stop stalking my person? How can I, stop sending texts to them? The thing is, your stakes are not high enough. Your why is not high enough. If someone would tell you that you will not be given food for the next 3 days, no matter what, if you text your person again, you probably wouldn't do it again. If someone tells you that they will take away your phone and everything that you have, all the money from your account will be gone if you text that person again, you probably wouldn't do that again, which means you are capable of not doing it. It's just that your why is not strong enough, because here when I changed your why and I put it something very dramatic, you are ready to not do it. Please try to understand that every time you disrespect yourself with habits that are not helpful to you, you go back into the same pattern and it becomes difficult to get out of that pattern the next time. So it's going to be very difficult to do that thousands of times and then expect things to go easier for you. It will just become more and more and more difficult. And after a time, it will become to a level where you wouldn't even want to work through that, because the mountain in front of you would feel very high and very tall. The third thing that is going to be very helpful is put it before something which you find non-negotiable. So let me tell you how my morning routine looks like. Every morning, and how it used to look like. Every morning I used to wake up. The first thing I used to do is I used to brush my teeth. From there, I used to have a glass of water, and then I used to have a glass with a multivitamin tablet in it, and then I used to have a cup of coffee. Right? That was my morning routine. That was something without which my morning never started. So a very good way to make sure, and this is how I started meditating, a very good way to make sure that I will never miss my meditation is, as soon as I woke up, the first thing I did was I meditated. Then I went ahead with my daily routine, which was brushing my teeth, having water, having coffee, having my multivitamins. The reason why it works is that brushing your teeth is a non-negotiable. You will do that every day without fail. You will do that even if you have a bad day. You will do that even if you are busy. No matter what, you will do it. And if you will put something that you want to create a habit out of before something that you find non-negotiable, it's going to be very easy to build a habit out of it, because that non-negotiable thing has to be done. And from there, all you have to do is be very honest with yourself that no matter what, I cannot also do the non-negotiable thing before I do this habit. So now I cannot brush my teeth before I meditate, so I have to meditate because brushing my teeth is a non-negotiable thing. Another thing that you can do, and this is something that is very helpful when done in moderation, is set up a risk and reward. Set up a give and punishment kind of thing for yourself. Now, let me explain. Let's say you want to quit a bad habit. That can be, let's say, smoking. Let's say you want to quit smoking. Make sure that after you decide that I want to quit smoking, every time you smoke a cigarette, you do something or you take something away from yourself. Now, let's say if I was someone who used to smoke, I don't smoke, but if I was someone who was smoking, a very good way to quit that habit would be that if I smoke today, I won't have any coffee, and I cannot survive without coffee. So if I set that way for myself and I'm actually honest with it, what I will do is I will not smoke, because I know that smoking will mean that I cannot have coffee now, and coffee is important to me. You can do that with anything. You can do that with your favorite food. You can do that with candies. Some people do it with sweet dishes. Many things. There are many things that are involved. I had a friend who started getting into a habit of working out very consistently, because the day that he didn't work out, he didn't used to play video games, which was a very big part of his life. Just like that, when you set up a punishment kind of thing for yourself, for not following up on your habits and for not following up in a disciplined way with your routines, it becomes very helpful. And just like that, you can set up a reward for yourself too. So let's say there is something that you really like. Every time you do something that you have to do, you can start giving that thing to yourself. So when I first started my YouTube channel, I did not know much about how to YouTube, how to record, and I did not know how to edit my videos. I learned how to edit the audios, and you can actually see the difference between the first few videos that I have and the videos that I have now. My audios have changed. The kind of quality has changed. I use a better mic now. The visuals have changed. I have a intro and an outro. But when I started, what I did was I told myself, and getting onto YouTube was something that I was never planning, but I knew that it would help a lot of you, and I actually wanted to explain better through YouTube, which you cannot. So I have been on Instagram for 2.5 years now, but which you cannot do through Instagram. So when I got into YouTube, I set up a reward for myself. Every time I used to record a YouTube video, I used to send some money in one of my accounts that was not in use. And that money became a luxury kind of thing for me. So every time I used to make videos and I used to post them, I used to send money to that account and buy gifts for that thing for myself. So because I set up a reward for myself for doing a service for myself, it started giving me motivation, because I started getting some instant gratification from that thing. In this video, I'm only going to be covering these 4 things. I think I covered 4 things. I will definitely be making more videos on this, and I will be making separate videos. I have just introduced the topic right now. I will be making separate videos on how to quit bad habits, and I will be making separate videos on how to start new good habits. I know that this topic is something that a lot of you ask for, and I know that this will help a lot of you. So if you have any suggestions for any videos, please leave them down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions, and I will see you guys in the next one.